MUGS game, a suburban odyssey, written by Dave Warner, narrated by Dave Warner. Chapter 1. The World Begins at Bicton. My name is Dave Warner, and this is my story about how, in the most isolated city in the world, I dreamed of being a rock star, and eventually got to make an album that encompassed my whole life to that point. While I have a horde of loyal fans, I'm not that well known even in Australia. But I think no matter where you are from in the world, Los Angeles, Nottingham, Copenhagen, if you ever formed a band or dreamed of making an album, this story will resonate. I came screaming into the world in 1953, in Perth, Western Australia, a small hamlet hemmed in by a massive desert on one side and the vast Indian Ocean on the other. My early teen years were as dry, flat, and repetitively uninspiring as the landscape. I grew up near Fremantle by the Swan River, living on a high hill surrounded by bush above a quarantine station where the barking of lonely dogs mingled with the carnal cries of bodgies and widgies playing strip-jack naked in the bulrushes by the Bicton baths. Pink-socked ripple-soled black DBs form furtive circles under fragrant trees and strip-jack naked the night away. All hail, J.O.K. Scared air hovers like a frightened waiter, handmaiden to iron-hard gladiators, and balances in its trembling fingers the lingering melody of the She Wears My Ring singers, the unique choirs of the Punic fray. All hail, J.O.K. Sung to the beat of bundy shied at the heart of brown glass skittles sucked dry in the farthest cages of the darkest zoo where cool cats do what cat men do, while lynx-like widgies lay petals at the feet of J.O.K. Imperator, Catalyst, martyred Prometheus, your blood infused our mosquitoed beaches, and imbued with life we poltergeists, we almost creatures. May your memory not fade away. All hail, J.O.K. I wrote that poem, remembering my nights, as a 10 or 11-year-old, up on the hill, listening through the bush, as the cries of the widgies and bodgies down below from the Bicton baths was carried up to me, with their carnal delight and pleasure. J.O.K. is a reference to Johnny O'Keefe, a famous Australian rock and roll artist, and he represented something of the spirit of the times. And maybe, even there, perhaps that was kindling in me a desire to be part of this amazing world. Summer, it was so hot you needed a towel on the car seat to save your ass from sizzling. Sometimes your rubber steering wheel melted. If you left a vinyl album on the back seat, in a matter of minutes the disc would buckle. Lawns would die, and double Gs, sharp thorns, would painfully puncture your bare soles. Winter we had football, Aussie rules style. And that was life. Surprisingly for this tiny city, we produced one of the world's biggest recording artists. We would sing his songs in the broken bitumen playground of St Joseph Pignatelli, Atterdale. Original Australian songs. He was a star on Children's Channel 7, our locally produced TV show that every kid in Perth found a way of watching. He left Perth and went to London. His name is Rolf Harris. Looking back, I think Rolf's music must have been a deep influence on me. Not so much its style, although I do love a novelty song, but more that at a time when it was anathema to sound Australian, he not only embraced his accent and our unglamorous country, he wrote truly original songs. People bandy the word original about as if just writing a song yourself makes it original. But that's bull. Most Australian artists have always sounded like artists from England or America, or their songs have trodden the same paths as a million other songwriters. I'm afraid to admit, my very first song did exactly that. I wrote it, age 11, circa 1964, using a tennis racket as my guitar. Inspired by Johnny Young and the Strangers and Russ Kennedy and the Little Wheels, who appeared on our locally produced TV show Club 17, I strode out to the buffalo grass back lawn one late Saturday afternoon and sang, Every time, I'm a-thinking of you. Every time, no matter what you do, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you see, I love you, hey, every time. That was
Sample complete. Ready to continue?